an Nmap scan. So we'll do an Nmap scan. So it will take some time. These Nmap scans take some time. So let me show you what are the results that we got from the Nmap scan. It will take some while to happen the Nmap scan. This is the so I have taken the Nmap scan results into an text file. So you can see the host is up. It's a working host. And you can see here 139, 445 and 389 ports are open. You can see that it's a Windows XP, it's running Windows XP Microsoft DS and Microsoft Windows NetBIOS SSL. Okay, so and then when you go down, you have some other results, whether it's from HTTP, computer name is legacy, and those kind of stuff is recorded. And in here, service info, they are suggesting that this is a Windows XP machine. So Windows XP machine, which was built on 2003, 2000 or 2008. So they are also suggesting that this is from SP2, Microsoft Windows XP. There is a 94% chance of this machine being SP3. As you already know, the OS versions has specific stages. The OSs have been made in specific stages: SP1, SP2, SP3. This was made as an we can suspect that this is made of with SP3, Microsoft Windows SP3. So now what we will do is we have information of the services running, and we have a we suspect that this is Windows version SP3. So most of the time these results are accurate, unless otherwise this is very well hidden, or some if not hidden, this is always these are always correct. So one thing you have to have in mind when you are doing pen testing is the first thing that you have to remember. The most popular interview questions for interns is they will ask the well-known ports from you. So that is a must. So you have to know. So there are specific ports for specific services. So if you take for an example, this 139, it is an SMB port. So you can suspect that there is an SMB running inside this machine. There is an SMB share running inside this machine. And so we are getting Microsoft, and it's Microsoft NetBIOS SSL. So the other thing is 445 port. So that is also reserved for SMB. So there is a little bit of a story about SMB, that it's a network sharing protocol, and that the older versions have 139 and the latest versions have 445 as the SMB port, because after Windows 2000 they started using 445 for SMB. So but in an interview question, if somebody asks you what are the versions, what is the SMB ports. You can say 139 and 444. That is the answer you have to do. So if this is running SMB and there is a high possibility of this thing having an SMB vulnerability. So how are we going to find whether there is an SMB vulnerability to this particular machine? What you have to do is, there is an in Nmap, there is a special module for that as well. So what there is a thing called Nmap scripts, where you can use to do specific tasks and find specific vulnerabilities in order to judge, or in order to gain more information about this. So the Nmap scripts are in user share Nmap scripts place, and you have. So now I'll show you those all the Nmap scripts. So all these are Nmap scripts. So what you can use these things, you can use these scripts to find out specific vulnerabilities. So here you see all the SMB things, SMB scripts here. From these you can use these scripts to find out vulnerabilities in MySQL, HTTP. These are used specifically for web servers. So there are many other things, and you can I will not explaining each and every one. So for today I will show you how to do only the SMB, this legacy related stuff. So first, now what we will do is, we will first categorize the SMB related Nmap scripts. So you can use ls minus L, and you are getting everything from it. So you can see all these are related to Nmap. All these are Nmap scripts. ls minus L, use the share Nmap, and you use the star to categorize all. From all these scripts, they categorize only the related SMB scripts. So as you all know, all the SMB versions are vulnerable to a thing called Eternal Blue attack. I am sure that you have heard of this Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue is very popular. Eternal Blue is an Microsoft Windows vulnerability which affected many computers in the past. So now we will be, as soon as you hear this SMB thing, what you have to do is, whether you have to find this is vulnerable to Eternal Blue. So all these companies, they sometimes they are very old companies. They deploy servers and all. They do not update these things. So the larger the network, the more vulnerabilities, more threats that they have. So why can't you get and identify those things, is because they have perimeter firewalls and those things as well. Now perimeter firewall, SIEM and EDR and all these things can be bypassed if you know the proper mechanisms and all. If you have the proper bypasses, if you have the proper encoders and all these stuff, all these things will be can be bypassed. And as soon as you realize that you are inside the network, and what you have to do is, you have to find the weakest point. In order to find the weakest point, you use these scripting scripts, and you do this reconnaissance in order to find the weakest chain. Then what you do is exploit. So now here what we will do is, we will be looking for whether this box is vulnerable to Eternal Blue. You can use all these scripts to see whether it's vulnerable to other things as well. Actually, it's vulnerable to two exploits, which is MS0867, then it API attack, and MS17010 in as well, the Eternal Blue as well. So now I'll be showing you how to use an nmap script. So you will be using the verbose mode, and you are saying to scan only the port number 139 and 445. So I forgot. Now in the beginning I did a little bit of a mistake. I couldn't show you the nmap script that I used, and I couldn't specifically show you tell you the meaning of SSSV and all. So there I used P like this. By using P like this, you are asking Nmap to scan all the ports. Now I am giving specific ports 139 and 445. And since we are using a script, we will be saying script, and we will be saying them to use SMB. So you can see it's SMB vuln. So MS17 010 NSE. NSE in the sense it is the notation for the net, what do you call this, nmap script. So now we will be looking for that. So they are doing the beginnings and things and everything. This will take some while to find as well. So this is the results that you will be get from the nmap scan. So all these things will be coming here. So these are the pre-scanning things and scanning and 4, and they have discovered the ports 139 and 445 without any hassle. The packets has not been dropped. Especially these kind of things will be useful, because if the perimeter firewall is stopping you, or the IDS or IPS is stopping you, you can identify from this one. So the most important thing is host script results, SMB MS17010 vulnerable. Remote code execution vulnerability in Microsoft SMB v1 servers, and CV is this 2017. And one more thing, MS17 is it was discovered in the 2017, and this is the patch Microsoft 17 2017, and 010 is the patch that they have used to patch this Microsoft thing. So those are, so now we know that it is vulnerable. Now what we will do is we will exploit this thing using this Eternal Blue thing. So so first of all, now I will be showing you two exploits, since it's is in order to for you to gain more knowledge. So this is, as I said, this is vulnerable to this as well. So this there is nmap script. So this is vulnerable to this 67 as well, MS0867, which is on which is MS means it was, this vulnerability was found in 2008, and it's the 67th patch. So now we will be exploiting these two vulnerabilities. So without using Metasploit. Why we are doing this without using Metasploit is, now you guys will learn Metasploit. Metasploit is nothing but a tool, and it creates a noise for IPS, IDS and other stuff. So I thought of doing this without using Metasploit. So what you have to do is, so, and you will learn some other tools as well. So these are the, so I'll pass these scripts to you. These are the exploits that I will be using. So let's start this. So first we will be using this. In order to do that, I will be sharing all these resources with you as well. So the first thing is, when let's go into this this thing, this Python file. So you see all these things here. You see that it has imported struct and sys and all these things. You see the payload here. This is the payload. This is nothing but the malicious code, which has been obfuscated and hidden as well. So this is, they have given they have mentioned that this is reverse TCP for this IP. Now we are not using that IP. I have to show that as well. So they are using this generate. You will be running ROPRET and those things. Lakmas will that is a very important thing for him. He will be explaining what is this ROPRET and all those stuff. So now I will not be explaining to you what that is. So what I want to show is, so as when this is happening, sir, SRV SVG exploit, there are many versions of Windows. So what will happen is, if this is Windows 2003 SP1 English, it will be number 4. Else if it will be number 5. So else if the OS is number 6, Windows XP SP3 NX. So we understood this thing from that nmap script. We understood that it is XP SP3 and English version. So now we will be using this, and with the knowledge gained from the reconnaissance stage, we will be attacking. So now I'll explain that thing to you. Now first of all, there are few things you need to know before going into this. So these are the these are the interfaces that I am having in my Kali machine. So I have a Docker installed and Docker running on my Kali. So that is Docker. You can ignore that. You won't have that. You will only have this norm when you are without using an VPN. When you just go to the Kali and when you type ifconfig, you will get ETH0 and LO only. With is Ethernet 0 and local network. So as you can see, this is my IP 192.168.22.136. But since I am connected to this tunnel, VPN tunnel, my IP is this 10.10.14.6. So now remember that that is my IP. So now what we have to do is, we can't use this payload. Now you all know that this is used to generate this. No, now we can't use that payload. So what we will do is, so we will be generating a payload through MS Venom. So MS Venom, this is the code that we will be using to generate the code using the MS Venom, the payload using the MS Venom. So there are things that I have to explain to you. So when you generate a payload generally comes with bad characters. What are these bad characters? These bad characters are nothing but things that defend the antiviruses and stuff look for. So you have to remove those bad characters, and you have to hide your payload in a smart way. Now we will be doing that. We will be hiding our payload in a smart way. So in order to, we are specifying, we have to remove these bad characters in order to hide our payload in a smart way. So I will explain this code. We will be using a tool called MSF Venom, which is part of Metasploit, and it's going to be a reverse TCP. So reverse TCP. So I can't explain to you everything now. So go and find out what is a reverse shell and bind shell. Reverse shell is nothing but where they will make a connection to you. Bind shell is you making a connection to them. So go and find out what is the reverse shell and bind shell is. So we will be opening a port from there, and then we will be connecting to them. Lhost is who we are, and we will be asking them to connect to us. So what we will do is, we will change this into our IP 14.6. My IP is 14.6, and port let's define it as 1 2 3 4. Okay, so there are 65,000 ports. You can use anything from that. Now we will be taking this. So you have to paste it here. So I forgot to mention these things. SC is the script, SV is proper open ports, O is enable OS detection, ON is where you save the file in map script. So sorry about that. So we are coming here. Now we will be generating the payload. Minus P is payload. So we will be generating the payload to our L host, which is we will be requesting a connection from the Hack the Box legacy box to our connection. So our L host is this. We will be asking the legacy to connect to this port, and we will be terminating the bad characters, and the platform is Windows. Now we will be generating the payload. So this is the payload, guys. So we will be taking from here to here, ignore the semicolon, copy selection, and then go to gedit again. And so now we have pasted our newly created payload, and it's here. So now we have a file with a freshly written payload, which is a payload created. And now what we will do is, so I hope you guys know about Netcat. Netcat is the Swiss Army knife, which it's called the Swiss Army knife. That is the notation that we use. Swiss Army knife that you use to do everything. So now you guys has seen that we have asked that legacy box to connect to our machine and to our port. No, so now just because it tries to connect, it won't connect. Now we have to open a port in our machine. So in order to do that, we are using netcat. So it's a small command, nz-nlbp. You give the port number, and now you can see that listening on any 1 2 3 4. So it's listening to, it will keep on listening to that port. So now everything is created, and the payloads also generated. Now what we have to do is we have to just attack. Before that, you have to, now I have shown you the numbers as well. So this is written in Python, this thing. I'm not sure whether this will work or not, but let's try. So MS67 2018 Pi. So we have to give the IP address here, which is the IP address. So we will be attacking using this Python script. We will be attacking Hack the Box Legacy 6, as I've explained to you that we will be using Microsoft Windows SP3 version, and the port is 445 SMB vulnerability. So initiating the connection. I don't think this will work. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but from where? So guys, I don't think this will work. This is the problem with these older machines. They are not stable. So let's wait for a moment. I think we will get an error saying that they can't find the connection. So if so, I will have to show you. This is the method. This is how you do it. But then again, you get the. Let's see. See, this is the error. They can't find the remote host and timed out. So this is how we do it on. So I will be showing you the other eternal blue thing as well, and after that I'll show. I have taken a video. I had this issue previously as well in the today morning, so I knew it. So I kept on trying. At one point it worked and I took the video. I'll show that to you all. So first of all, so this is the net API attack. Let me show you the MS17 Eternal Blue attack as well. So this is not something on my end. This is actually a problem in the hack the box itself. So we tried the MS0867 thing. Now we will be moving to Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue is, you all know Eternal Blue. You can do some research and find out what is Eternal Blue. Yeah, Tim. Okay, sure, bye. So what you do is, in order to do Eternal Blue, this script does everything. So you have to just create and simple some kind of a payload, some sort of a payload, whether it's on a JPEG mode, whether it's exe, it's a macro, anything doesn't matter. So first today I will show you how to use an uh, so today I will show you how to generate a simple payload, and then using Metasploit MS, using the script, how to target and how to send it to you. Now I'm not sure whether this will work because the machine is unstable. However, let's restart and see. Sometimes it works like this when you do several times like this, but I'm not sure whether it will work.
Niraj?
Yeah, Madam, tell.
Majan, can you please check your phone?
Uh, I messed up. I tried to reset another machine. Okay, in the meantime, we will generate the payload. So what you have to do is, again you have to connect a reverse TCP shell. You will be using MSF Venom. MSF Venom is the best tool to use payloads and all. So you will be generating a Windows reverse TCP shell. So you will be giving the L host, which is your machine 10.10. So it's my machine is 10.10.14. So let's give the 1234 port again. Exit function. So you will be using threads here. x86, which is the version, not the version, what do you call it, the 6432-bit, and you have the x86 version as well, no? So you are giving the payload name. So I'm making this as an exe. Exit function thread minus f exe minus a x86 platform is defined. So you will be getting the exe, malicious exe. So no encoder specified. I have not encoded anything. So you have encoders as well, guys. You can use Shikata Ganai. There is an encoder called Shikata Ganai. It's a popular encoder. You can use that as well if you are concerned about the security and everything. So uh, we have the encoder here. In MS0867. So CS is created here. Let's cut it, copy, take a copy of it to MS17. So now what we will do is, if the box has been resetted, we will using this thing, we will attack. So I think it's up. Let's, however, try this attack. So what you have is, you have this uh, eternal blue written here, send and execute .py. So what it does is, it goes and executes, it does all the attack. So you have, whether it's Windows 8, 8.1, 2000, anything, it attacks. So again, this is written in a format where you attack the Windows DLLs, and you uh, you exploit it, and then you gain access. So this is how the exploit is written. There are no specifications to it. So what we made was, we made the reverse connection. Now what we will do is, we will be sending that reverse connection. What the hell? So now let's do that. So first of all, I think the number that I specified here was uh, 1234. Again, I think that is the port that I gave. However, I'm not sure. So let's make another payload. Making a payload is easy. So now we have the payload here. ABCEXE. So it's into 1234. So now we will be attacking using, so we will be using the send and execute.py file. So specifying the code and everything. So let's see if this works. If this works, we will get a reverse connection here. So pipe browser Chrome packets, we have to get attempting to control transaction, making assembly session to the system, current token. So file was sent successfully. Okay, luckily from the eternal blue we got the shell. So so you can go here dear, and you can type you can see all the directories and all. So so now you are inside the system. uh, so that is how you exploit and machine. I guess this marks the end. So then there is a next step called privilege escalation. Now you can't do privilege escalation in legacy. You in other boxes you can do privilege escalation, but in this box you can't do privilege escalation. If you guys need the uh, all the resources, I mean the payloads and all, I'll be putting them in the chat. uh, you can use it, and net API thing is working. Obviously it's working. There is this sometimes this thing doesn't work, in the sense hack the box, older machine, all the boxes doesn't work. And so for that I so now I'll be sharing those things. Wait a second. Okay, so these are payloads, so I can't share these things. Then the Windows Defender is capturing all these payloads since MS18 and these things. Sorry about it, guys. I can't share it now. So good night to you all. I hope. Do you have any questions? Any
Yes,
questions?
we can do something like
Yeah. What,
මේ
Madam?
VPN එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරන විදිහ තව පොඩ්ඩක් පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන්ද? ඒක hack the box එක.
VPN එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරන විදිහ. හරි. එතකොට මේ ඔයා hack the box site එකට ගිහිල්ලා hack the box site එකේ කවුරු කොහොම ගියත් ඔයා ඉන්නේ ඔයා ගියපුවාම මල්ලි මේ එවලේ අහන්න තිබ්බනේ. ඔයාට වෙන මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද මේ කියද්දි තේරුම් නැද්ද? මං කියද්දි මොන හරි
නිරාශ අපිට මෙහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපි මේ ඔය ටික අපි drive එකට දාලා අපේ drive එකට දාලා අපි share කරලා යන්න ගන්න. අපි upload කරලා අපි link එක දාන්න.
drive උත් අල්ලනවා මචං. හැබැයි අපි හදපු payloads ටික drive උත් අල්ලනවා.
අපි payload එකේ මචං extension එක වෙනස් කරමු.
extension එක වෙනස් කරලා මේව කරමු. VPN connections වලට මුලින්ම මල්ලි ඔයාට යන්න තියෙන්නේ hack the box එකේ අර කියපු විදිහට sign in වුණායින් පස්සේ ඔයාට dashboard එකට යන්න පුළුවන්. dashboard එකට ගියපුවාම ඔයාට එනවා challenges, machines, pro labs එහෙම කියලා. ඔයා යනවා VPN connections වලට. VPN connection එකට ගියපුවාම ඔයාගේ මෙතන වැටෙනවා ඔයාගේ නම, ඔයා sign up වෙච්ච නම. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාට කරන්න තියෙන්නේ මෙතනට ගිහිල්ලා ඉවරලා මේක refresh කරන්න එකපාර. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාට ආපහු මේ regenerate කරන්න එපා තිස්සම. ඔයාට හිතුනොත් මේ VPN එක මම මාරු කරගන්න ඕනේ මේක දැන් safe නෑ වගේ කියලා ඒ වෙලාවට ඒක කරන්න. ඔයාට තියෙන්නේ HTTP lab access details කියලා තියෙන්නේ. අන්න එතනට ගිහිල්ලා මේ connection pack එක මෙහෙම download කරන්න. එතකොට එනවා. එතකොට හරි. එතකොට මල්ලි මේ ඔයගලන්ට මේ මෙතන ඉන්න අයට මොනවා හරි නොතේරිච්ච දෙයක් තියෙනවද මේකේ කියද්දි? විනාඩි 5. Hello.
Guys, if there's anything, just ask. Then we can help you because
Yeah. If any suggestion,
this is kind of a interactive session. So we need your questions. Like, if there's anything you guys can ask. Actually, this is not a lecture and answering questions. It's not important. So you guys can share what you guys have.
anything.
Yeah, I think they don't have any questions, and I think that's it, Nirash, no? So we'll be providing the exe files with readme files, so you guys can go through those files and you guys can edit the extension of all the files, so you can use those payloads if you want, or else then you can go through and as well as we'll be like uploading this session for the in our YouTube channel, so you guys can go to the channel and download this video anyway. Okay.
All right. So guys, this thing also works. MS Net API attack is also working. There was as I told you, this box is legacy is very unstable. The older boxes. This is kind of like a it's a actually the name it suggests it's a legacy box. It's very old. That is why it. I'll try to do that part and upload as well. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, and I really appreciate you being here as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Niraj, and
Thank
thank you for the participants that you participated for our session. And I think that's it. Huh?
Yeah.
And thanks
Bashi
again,
Vindra.
Niraj.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bashi Vindra. We will stay in the meeting, Macha. We have
Oh,
to
okay.
we have to discuss some things with you all.
Yeah. You guys can leave now. And Niraj, we'll take a WhatsApp call. It will be better.
Yeah, Macha.